Well, the committee has now voted to recommend that water skiing be permitted on the city lakes on a trial basis, subject to very stringent rules and regulations to be made by the proper city officials.
What led to this vote, sir?
Well, this committee has been studying this problem for several months, and after receiving all the data that we could obtain from the Public Health Service, various physicians and chemists, it was decided by a majority of the committee to recommend that it be on a trial basis only.
Now, looking to the longer life equipment that will last 5, 6, 7, and maybe 10 or 15 years, that equipment adapts itself a little more to long-range financing. Now, the city is not in a position to commit itself more than a year on an arrangement of this kind. The costs of renting, the costs of long-range financing are rather difficult. But having in mind that things of this nature might come up, the council in its wisdom about January 8th passed a public trust. Under that trust, things that can be used for the benefit of the city and can pay for themselves, or we can have a method of financing within our laws and within our agreements, could be adapted. And with that thought in mind, there have been a great many discussions, many of them rather discouraging and frustrating, but the attorneys and a bank that has been involved in this and some accountants have come up with a suggestion, and the only thing before us this morning is a thought that perhaps you would like to authorize the city manager to continue negotiations with these bankers and the attorneys to bring before you a document which at that time you can decide if you want to go ahead with it. I don't mind telling anybody, not one certain single solitary person around this room has made such a suggestion to me. It's not true. Is his way to kill a rumor? Say it's not true.
I don't know, Mr. Wick.
About 8:30, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock this morning, I was ironing and our dog began to bark. So I went to the door, and the sheep were running in from the field, and they were making a noise. The little lambs were crying, and the dog ran back to the house, and I saw that something was behind them. And at first, it looked like a red animal, and I first thought it was a little calf, and then I knew that we didn't have any that was that color. So I looked again, and it seemed to be a member of the cat family. And it was kind of orange, yellow in color. And it just grabbed a little lamb and put one paw over it and started chewing at its throat.
How far away were you from the cat at this time, would you estimate?
Well, I don't know, maybe 50 foot or 100. I just couldn't say.
How large was this cat, say, in comparison to your dog?
Or I'd say it was twice as large or larger, and he's a real big dog.